Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vassell. Welcome to 10,000 and Below. This is where I go through board games on Board Game Geek that are ranked 10,000 or lower on that list. Sometimes there's some pretty cool games, some weird ones, and some bad ones. You never know what we might find. Now, these are going up. I'm putting up 4 of these each week. However, between this one and the last one, there was a great deal of time, several weeks in between those. So there's a possibility that you'll see games we've already talked about in the past, and there's a possibility that I won't even remember that I talked about them in the past. And for that, just blame it on age. But here we go. I always take a look at the first one that we can see here on each list, and we always take a look at the first and the last. So we'll take a look at Genius Rules here. We'll also take a look at this Catapult, because that seems interesting. And then Jungle Party, since I have reviewed that one. Genius Rules here. This is a deck of cards. For each game, there's a secret rule known only to the moderator. And you position your cards with the secret rule. I wonder what these secret rules are. There's leaders, Saladin, Confucius, Gandhi. Oh, Gandhi. I'm kidding. Not real Gandhi, but Gandhi from Civilization VI. Only red cards are allowed. 5 red cards are followed by a blue card. That sounds interesting. I would certainly like to try that one. All right, let's take a look at Catapult. Catapult's a game of skill and strategy where players have to bounce their balls accurately in the rooms to control the largest number. So fairly random. Ooh, you're bouncing them off of these. Ooh, I like that. That looks fun. And then Jungle Party. I distinctly remember Jungle Party. In this one, it's kind of a memory match as you're walking down here and you're sliding tiles and pushing them out. A fun game for kids. Alrighty, let's continue on here as we zoom down. For the Birds. I feel like I've talked about that one in the past. Syzygy. That's kind of a weird name, so we'll take a look at that one. For the Birds. You first to flock 4 of your birds together. Do you build these birds? That looks like the board. The board is interesting. Let me see if I can see a picture of the whole board with the stuff on them. Well, that looks kind of interesting. I might give that one a whirl. All right, Syzygy. Oh, this looks like Scrabble. Start with number tile, build them in networks of words. Wait a minute. This is Bananagrams for sure. Well, that's an online app version of it. Wow, that really does look like Bananagrams. Maybe. I don't know which one came out first. All right. Let's see. Stratego 50 Years, Dragon Ball Z Perfect Cell. Poor choices. Shake and Take. And Batman Arkham City Escape. We'll take a look at some of these here. Dragon Ball Z Perfect Cell. You're getting together. Oh, you're fighting someone who... I feel like I've seen this game. I feel like this came through our studio at some point. I did not play it. But I remember that this guy is a cell. A really weird hat. He stole that from the Pope. Shake and Take. This is a fast-moving game where you are rolling dice and then circling the aliens that match the image on that die. And you keep circling until the next person rolls a certain symbol that they have. Yeah, it's kind of a speed-style game. It's actually pretty fun. This is from one of the last games from Out of the Box Publishing. Batman Arkham City Escape. I actually talked about this when I talked about my top 10 DC-themed games. Here you have Batman, who's going to be running this gauntlet here of all these bad guys. And Batman has a tool belt with a bunch of tools on it. And the bad guy has a bunch of hardened criminal, different people you can see here. Titan Boost. There's just various of Batman's enemies. I thought it was a pretty good back and forth game. That's not a great cover for sure. But I like this one a lot. That's Arkham City Escape. Or Batman Arkham City Escape. All right, the Loony Bin. I already talked about that one in the past, I think. Strata 5. Number Chase. Yeah, some of these have definitely moved down from the last time I've gone over this. And 24 game. So the Loony Bin here, unfortunately, is a game about a madhouse, and it just doesn't take... To me, it takes a serious thing makes it. For me, this one just failed. It's not a very good game, but it also failed because I felt like it was mocking mentally challenged people. And I get that there's lines of humor that people can cross, and there's some things that won't bother people. This one just bothered me. Strata 5, you need to make a game that's 5 levels or 5 strata high. I like the pieces for this one. Definitely looks like an older style game. Wonder when this one came out. 1984. All right. Number chase. This is a good one for kids. You're trying to figure out a number that the other players are. You turn cards over using a logic problem. Basically, the card will say, does it end in a 0 or something? And you're slowly eliminating the cards on the board, trying to guess what the number is. 24 game is just basically, how do you take the 4 cards on the table and make 24 from them? So I have 9, 8, 2, and 4. How do I get 24 from that? So 9 plus 2 is 11. 11 plus 8 is 19. 19 plus 4 is 23. Not good enough. So how about 9 times 4 is 36. 36 minus 16 is 20. Well, that doesn't work. So anyhow, you get how that works. So in this case, if I was doing this, I'm not sure if this is allowed, but I could be 9 minus 8 is 1. 1 times 2, 4 is 24. That's probably, I don't know if you're allowed to combine numbers or not. Anyway, meh. It's a fun puzzle. I don't think it's a fun game. Alrighty, Clue 2, Murder in Disguise, VCR mystery thing. Da Vinci. Didn't we look at this last time? This name is stuck in my head. It's an auction game. Precious bones are being auctioned, put together as creatures. Yeah, we looked at this one last time because I thought this looks pretty interesting. With Cthulhu signs on it. Elder signs, I guess is what they're called. Pronto. I don't know anything about that game, but that's when I know I need to see my dad. I need to see him pronto. It's from Hook. That box looked like an out-of-the-box cover. You reveal a card, get the keyword for your next round. Who will find the right terms for his theme as quickly as possible? Okay, that's interesting. I do like that last sentence. You get a few words closer to your goal in pronto only if there are a few grains left when the sand timer is revealed. So I guess you have to stop before the timer runs out. That's a cool idea. Sector 41. This came out in 2009. Whew. That is a very colorful board with different suns pointing in different directions. I really feel like I've seen this game, though, somewhere. Let's see if I can... Well, I guess I haven't reviewed that one. It doesn't really look like the kind of game that I would play. So, alrighty, anyway, Geist Blitz Jr. I thought for sure that I have played this one. So let's look at it and see. I might have just played Geist Blitz. Yeah, this just looks like a... Geist Blitz is, though, pretty simple as it is. These are games where you flip a card over and then you got to make the things fit the category, and if there's something not there, you got to hide it, something like that. So this one looks like it's for younger kids. It's actually a fun game to play with kids, and I recommend it. Test of Arms. I'm sure that's a war game. We'll look at that in just a second. Moving down, Hop Hop Hashin. So Test of Arms is a war game. This is from Frank Chadwick here. This one covers post-World War II, so like a bunch of smaller wars. The Korean War, that's actually quite a bit to fit in here. There must be a lot of ambiguity to the maps and such. All right. Hop Hop Passion. Wow, that's a lot of rabbits. You have to get them out of the building before they drown. Oh, look at the cute rabbits. Definitely a game for little kids, but that's cute. That is a cute game. Or at least it looks like a cute game. The King's Men, I think I saw it somewhere. End of Atlantis Revised Edition. That one I've reviewed, gave it a 6.5. And moving down here, Bugs. Okay, so let's take a look at those. End of Atlantis. This one is a really cool board. I wanted to like this one more than I thought I would. At the end of the day, it's kind of a generic pickup and delivery type game. And then there's a game, Atlantis Rising. So it has some nice components. The board looks, the box is At the end of the day, it was okay, but fairly forgettable. Bugs is just a game I didn't like. It's basically just like a take that game. This is from Valley Games. They're out of business now at this point in time. But hey, if you want to play a quick card game with cockroaches, that's your game. Monopoly Indiana Jones. That has a lot of ratings. Scum, the food chain game, and Jet Setters. All right, so first Monopoly Indiana Jones, which makes no sense at all. Except I want these tokens. I feel like I said this before because I now remember the hat. I think this showed up in a previous video. Scum, the food chain game. This is a climbing mechanism, but this one is not ranked very highly, that's for sure. Probably because of the art. Meh. Jet Setters. Now this is a small little game from Robot Martini. You probably never heard of Robot Martini. They made a bunch of small little games. The best known of them has been Get Bit, which has been remade by Mayday Games. But this one was a fine little game from Stephen Glenn, who's done Balloon Cups and several other good games. So if you ever run across this one, a little card game that is worth picking up. It's not great, but it's good. Villain X. Bear Down. I got to see that one. I just like the name of that one. Roger, bear down. And let's see, Battle of the Bands. I've definitely played that one. So let's take a look at these. First we have Villain X. Oh, this is from Japan brand. It's been re-implemented by Villain X 2nd edition. I wonder if that one's above 10,000. Villain X 2nd edition is not even in the rankings right now. Alrighty. Well, anyway, so there's a 2nd edition. So in this game, you have 6 cards that show buildings, and you produce things. You'll pick 2 cards, choosing whether to produce the left or right products. Well, this one sounds actually pretty fun. I think I would try this one out. This actually reminds me of another game I played once. I would play this. This looks good. Bear Down. I love that picture. Oh, it looks like I remember when this one was coming out of Essen. I talked about this. I wanted to play this with my kids, and I never did with the waterfalls and stuff. Oh well. Battle of the Bands. This is from Third World Games. Came out in 2001, so a long time ago. This is a game in which I want to say there was multiple versions, and they finally came out with a colored version. And basically, you're just building up your band, getting different people, and it's kind of a take that game. And you're trying to beat everyone else in it. You can even have your mom in your Battle of the Band. It was silly, and it's definitely a product of its time. I wouldn't play it today. Uno H2O Splash. That's where you throw water on the Uno cards. Simpei, that looks interesting. Alien Wars. Is this the 3rd time I've talked about Alien Wars? I think it keeps dropping down on the list. And I want to look at this SCO KO. All right, here we go. Uno H2O Splash. Transparent waterproof cards. Well, there you go. You can play it in the pool. You know, the thing about this is it makes sense. Why wouldn't you have something like this? Uno seems like a simple enough game to play in the pool. I'd do it. Simpei, this came out in 2005, a tic-tac-toe company. Ooh, so you can play some heads up or heads down. That's kind of an interesting concept. I want to play that one too. Alien Wars is a card tossing game where you need to eliminate everybody else. It comes in a little tin like that. You have these little ships that are being thrown down. Yeah, it is what it is. It's cute. Show KO. You're placing tiles with white and black chocolate squares. Want to make the biggest collection? Yeah, this is unfortunately, this is a game that there's a lot of games that do this, where you're trying to make big sets of your colors. So you place a card, you're helping yourself and your opponent, trying to block them and help yourself at the same time. I do like the chocolate motif, though. This looks like a fun one to play. I wonder if they're tiles or cards. All right, let's keep going. Almost to the end of this one. Deadly Premonition, the board game. I like that name, so we'll take a look at that one. Oh no, Invasion. Oh no, Invasion. Oh, and then ETI, estimated time to invasion. And then I'll look at Distassels. All right, let's say. Deadly Premonition, the board game. That's kind of a very spooky cover. That guy has lights as eyes. This definitely looks like a Kickstarter game. The board game will be a deluxe edition with soundtrack. Oh, there's a computer game of this. Okay. Well, for that matter, then I can't speak to that. I don't know. This has not got a ton of people talking about it, though. Okay. The art looks okay. All right, let's get to the invasions. Oh No Invasion. It's a cooperative game. And, oh, this is a small, little cooperative game. I thought it was okay. I remember playing this now. As the cards come out, and you need to set things up to fight off the aliens. I like the artwork. It was cute, but it's not great. It's just okay. ETI is a game I did not like, unfortunately. Eye Level Entertainment, I enjoyed their first games, but this one just felt overwrought. There was not a lot of cooperative games when this one came out, and you are trying to stop the invasion from coming. There's a lot of pieces in this game, but it didn't feel like a big game. It felt like a smaller style game. Yeah, when did this come out? 2008. Yeah, it was a good effort. I get that, where you're trying to, and then one person is actually allied with the aliens, and it just didn't work, unfortunately. Distassels, I think I'm pronouncing that. This is a self-published game, a game of castles, cash, and catastrophe. So it's disasters mixed with castles. Let's take a look at the cards. Rotate rooms, move rooms and rotate, connected vaults. Okay. I don't hate the art, but it looks like another kind of game where you connect cards and things. All right. All right, moving down, Dungeon Venture. I did not give this one a very good rating. That came out 2010. Kitty Bitty, Rainbow Rage, and then the final one here, take your pick. The last 4 games here. So here we go. Dungeon Venture. This here was a dungeon game, and why did I hate it? Oh, I know why I hated this one. That's right. This one was bad because this was the most generic dungeon crawl I had ever played, where you were literally, you can see there, it's, well, you can see, you can't see it, but there's magic talisman, two-handed sword, the artwork, blah, standees, the board. This was like generic The Dungeon Crawler. I was so annoyed after playing this. Kitty Bitty is a terrible name, but it's a kid's game, and it's a reprint of this frog game where you're just basically pulling out eyeballs and trying to match them. There's just various versions of it. Rainbow Rage, that rainbow is mad. And so you are trying to, wait, I played Rainbow Rage. Haven't I? Did I review it? I know I played it. Yep, there it is. I just haven't put a rating on this one. I have to go back and watch my review, but I want to say I liked it because you just flip over rainbows and try to get them in the order that you can. I remember playing this with my kids and had a good time doing it. I don't remember what my rating is, though. And take your pick. This one here is from Simply Fun. Simply Fun, if you've never heard of them, they're the Tupperware of board games where you could have a party from Simply Fun and have games, and you play them with people, and then you sell them at the end. This Take Your Pick is not one that I have played. So, read a card with 2 words to describe another player. Serious or silly, blizzard or hurricane, and you have to try to guess that. Okay, so it sounds like a very dumbed-down version of one of those style games. Alrighty. Well, we've made it through another 100. There you go. We're almost going to get to 13,000 and below. We'll have to change the name of the series at that point. Nah, we'll just keep saying 10,000 and below. We're still finding good games as we go through these, though, so there you have it. Anyway, until next time, I'm Tom Vassell, and you've been watching 10,000 and Below on the Dice Tower.